kills managing to actually be picked up by Game Agents. This time they even have Kevlar to back up the pistols, so I'm not too certain that this is going to be the lead taken for Nexus. They still have to make sure that they are able to actually capitalize on this, because we've seen even on that previous map, the anti-ecos were the thing that they struggled with the most.
Well, push has already come down, and Nexus will get the first kill through, so that will certainly help them out. Push has come in towards drop, and that's something that Nexus might not be able to fight against. They don't want to take those close-range engagements. Elsewhere, though, Gabeson has got another kill through. That was it down in towards drop, actually. BTN decides to go aggressive. Gabeson gets the second kill in, though. BTN should find the trade, eventually takes him down, but it's back to a 2v2. Again, these pistols keep on finding frags. Niam is isolated on the site, but he annihilates Flash. That leaves Fleeve in a 1-on-2 as he's stuck over in towards Dropper. With 40 seconds left, he could still get some isolated fights here. If he could take down Jaxi, especially over towards A, he'd have a pretty good chance. But actually manages to take down IM on the B bomb site. He's still going to come in towards A here, though. Jaxi hears the steps, but he won't be able to get the kill. Fleeve manages to avoid him. That will allow him to get this bomb plant.
Yeah, certainly still a winnable situation as well. Goes for the peek, does spot out the final player. The PT-50 in hand for Jaxi. Swaps it out to the op now, actually, and this Molotov as well. Maybe able to force the player out into the open, but he decides to back up instead and take that longer range angle. And this is just so awkward. Jaxi, how has he not died? He was standing in the open there. Fleeve just playing in towards Chicken Coop now. Of course, that position is known. Has to use the footsteps to try and pinpoint the position and work around it and hope to try and stay alive as long as he can, or else find the kill. And here we go to CZ up close. Of course, it is going to be a victorious. That's another round for Game Agents as they do once again pull off that half buy. Seems to be the thing that Nexus do struggle with the most. I think they'd probably prefer if Game Agents always had rifles. That was the most awkward 1v1 I've ever seen. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I mean, Jaxi did have an AWP. He decided the pistol was the best bet.
Even from the other side, Fleeve just wasn't shooting back for some reason. He was standing in the open.
Yeah. I think the less said about that round, the better. Heading into round number 12, Jaxi going to peek in towards mid. This time he's got the AWP in his hands. Not going to be able to spot any opponents out, though. They're not really facing in towards him. Meantime, Game Agents leaning over towards B. Fair few players in towards the top of drop. Could be coming down shortly. And again, Nexus not really properly holding in towards drop, as is quite often the case. Players will hold outside it and just allow players to drop down and then come back and try and fight it later on. 4 players here in towards the top of drop, which is a fair few from the Hungarian side. Fleeve will drop down first. Ooh, Fleeve goes down to half HP. He just drops into that molly. So it is going to be Game Agents taking a little bit of damage early on, but they get some map control in towards drop down. And with 50 seconds left, Game Agents still yet to make any decisive moves.
Yeah, nothing quite yet. Holding to wait and see if they can find any picks, and almost some given away over on B platform. Fleeve going first. Doesn't expect that player to be in from behind, then it's an absolute blender on the B-bomb site. Looking to try and come out a drop, and also long, completely shut down. A single casualty for Nexus as they go ahead and equalize the scoreline once again. So back and forth. It is going to be a very scrappy game. And the roll is not going to end anytime soon, but we may see another eco coming in from Game Agents. But this makes me fear. This makes me fear for Nexus. Are you afraid, Hawkeye?
A little bit.
I've just seen it so many times. I'm like, okay, this is going to be an easy round for Nexus, and then bam, they've lost it.
Well, this round is going to start off slowly. Fair few Glocks in the mix as well, so Game Agents shouldn't really have that good of a chance here, but as you were saying, Nexus has struggled against this buy in the past. They've actually decided to stack a little bit over towards A. Actually, really heavily over towards A. They're leaving Blitz pretty much alone towards B. I don't know what's prompted this rotation from Nexus, but they've decided to take that risk. Game Agents now, if they were to push in towards that B bomb site, they'd have a pretty decent chance at being able to get the bomb down, but the rotate is now coming back around. So Game Agents, I don't think will have the chance to get that easy bomb plant in that they could have found previously. IM is still holding connector as well, so even though game agents are in towards drop down, they don't really have too many places they can go. This Flea should be caught in the back. There we go, the first kill comes in. IM can fall back at any time, but he doesn't get the chance to fall back. He loses his head. Now the A push is going to come in through connector.
Yeah, and not too much being found for game agents this time around. A much better anti-eco coming in, able to actually go for that A stack and have it work in their favour. Another kill to be found for Flash, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal as we are coming towards the latter round of the rounds of this half, so kind of not going to be too big of a deal. Nexus, of course, they will have to reinvest onto a couple of players into this one, but I think they probably would still have enough into the following round, even if they do lose this one. But ideally now, Nexus looking to try and get themselves that 9-6 half. And the perfect opportunity to do so right now is this could potentially be the last buy of the T side for game agents. If they lose this, it's going to be most likely just pistols, Kevlar, maybe some SMGs into the following. And let's see now, it is going to be an aggressive pick coming in from that CT sided offer. And actually, he's going to be the one to win out that fight early on. Does some damage on towards Gabes and getting a lot of info as well. But the problem is he is stuck up close, gets one and a second. Jaxi, how's he able to pull that one off? The trade not being found for Barcode. And a Molotov was placed perfectly to cut off the remaining T players from being able to actually assist.
Yeah, again, Jaxi doing a lot of damage with that AWP. Seems like whenever he has that AWP, that's when he's having the most impact by far. Those two opening kills on towards A give a huge advantage for the Romanians into this round. We've seen whenever game agents try and go in towards this A-bomb site, Jaxi seems to be ready to meet them with his AWP. Senderi going to slow down the push. First player forced out, and IM actually gets burned alive. Oh, sorry, Gabeson gets burned alive by IM. He was kind of caught in two minds there as to whether he wanted to push out one by one. They're all just getting taken down. Golos going to get the one kill back, but that is all they find. That means that game agents are going to have a poor buy heading into the last round of this first half.
Yeah, indeed, as I said, just some pistols and a couple of SMGs, one UMP, one MAC-10. They at least have a decent amount of utility, so if they have a set plan, this will be the time to use it. But we haven't really seen much from them in terms of execute. It's been mostly this kind of puggy split and pick type of style, and just hope to execute onto, or rather attack one of the bomb sites late into the round. And they haven't been too successful over these past few, and at least finding that opening kill. And they've been working on the back foot in every round, basically. So, let's see if they'll have any more look into this one. Grouping up in the B halls right now. Looks like they are going to be favouring towards this side of the map, usually leaving someone over towards A to ensure that they don't get flanked out. Instead, Gabeson, sticking back with his teammates, will be just watching behind. And that's a decent nade. Barcode down to 69 HP, so a bit of damage already being done. Game agents yet to even find any contact.
Decent start for Nexus. Obviously still a long way to go to guarantee the round win. A little bit of damage done always helps out. Which comes down drop, that will have been heard by the CTs. One molly in play, but not going to molly out this corner, so as the peek comes in, oh, I thought Zello was going to have a chance, but the UMP of Flash gets 2 kills through. I thought he was only going to get the one there, but at long range, he takes down the player on the bomb site. That bomb will be planted as well, so Nexus actually could struggle here in a 2v2 retake. Nades coming in. They've still got a fair few nades left to work with, as well as defuse kits. Flash is also still stuck on the site, so if they could find individual fights towards him, that would give them the best chance. Flash has given away his position as well, so as the push comes in, BTN knows where he is, but doesn't get the frag through. Jaxi with the AWP cannot help out, so game agents do manage to win with a weak buy yet again to get a 7th round on the board.
Yeah, pretty even half. Both teams, I'd say, will be fairly happy with what they were able to achieve. I'd say Nexus more so a little bit, just considering they had a little bit of a poorer start. It was 5-2 at one point, I believe, and been able to actually come back and win out that half is a pretty solid performance, especially on the CT side. So I'd say they will be a little bit happier, but still a very close game. This pistol round not going to be as important as we've seen in some of the games so far today, but still going to be pretty impactful about who's going to be able to take themselves the lead early on into the second half. Right now, Flash with the defuse getting a smoke. And over on the T side, Jaxi is the one that sacrifices the Kevlar in order to get himself a smoke and 2 flashes. And let's see where Nexus actually decide to take this one towards. Is, for the moment at least, the presence going to be put all over towards B. VPN going towards drop room, or button, I believe someone said in the chat. And here we go, now the commitment is going to be coming in. A split through the drop room, a split out through the platform. And right now it's going to be 4 players set up to try and hold this down. A couple of USBs at long range, but so far it's the Glocks to win out the fight. And oh, the knife almost comes in. Blitz is there to assist, luckily enough, and just all the frags are going to be going in favour of Nexus. Flurry indeed, as now it's all onto Colour, and he will be dropped. That's a 9th round onto the board for Nexus now as they increase this lead just a little bit further. And as long as they can capitalise against this 4th buy now, they should be reaching double digits.
It is Game Agent's turn to try and win with pistols, even though Nexus do have 3 rifles already, as well as 2 UMPs. They should be liking their chances into this round, obviously. Into round 17, Game Agent's not taking a huge risk, although they do have a bit of a stack towards the B site. That's pretty common, though. Leaving 1 towards A is, a fairly well documented strategy. I think quite a few teams will take a risk like this. Only going to be flash on the A site while the rest of the team try to hold on to the B side of the map. Already though, Colour's been taken down to 22 HP, so he's going to be forced to play passively. Nexus also gain a bit of lead towards drop down, so pretty good start, especially now that they've already found their first kill.
Yeah, and now it's going to be, once again, the splitting towards the B-bomb site, and with pistols especially, this is just so difficult to hold. And all the kills do, once again, go over in favour of the Romanian side. It's all down to Flash on his own, that flank coming in, but a little bit too late to really have too much impact. Maybe able to find 1 or 2 kills perhaps on the exit. But it may also be worthwhile for him to just go ahead and save this Kevlar and the CZ, just to give him something to work with in this following round. Otherwise, likely just going to be a full set of default pistols, maybe a couple upgraded P250s or so for Game Agents.
Not much to be said at the end of this round. Nexus should just exit together, save all their guns. They'll be fine with letting Flash save a single CZ. That's not a massive consideration. You can see Nexus will all stay safe. So the Romanians get to save all 5 guns, which I guess is worth mentioning. That will certainly help their economy quite a lot. Not having to reinvest anything here. And they probably won't have to reinvest too much after this round either, because Game Agent shouldn't really be doing too much damage with only the 1 CZ currently in play. So that will allow Nexus to get out to a really good position in terms of their money. And we will see if they can even get those SMG kills for a bit of extra cash. As we see Nexus spread out a little bit at the start of the round. They're leaning more so over towards the A side of the map, though, which is where Game Agents have 3 players lined up ready to hold. And again, there are some awkward close-range positions that you have to take some fights in if you want to go for that push there. So that could be a little bit strange, as there we go. The CZ is going to get a kill up close. That's the AK recovered by Flash. He is going to get caught in the back, though. Jaxi takes him down, so not going to be a massive issue.
Yeah, this round over and done with at this point. Barcode is the only player who remains. USP and 4 opponents to try and find. Very unlikely. There you go, Button will be able to get himself that final kill, so an extra $600 into the bank. $1,200 in total for the 2 kills, of course. And it is going to be an 11th now for Nexus, as the buy will come out for Game Agent. The op available for Colour, and also the rifles with some utility. They don't have Molotovs, but they do all at least have smokes as well as some flashes. And Nexus do decide to keep themselves a couple of those weaker weapons. So continuing on with the bonus round, a UMP and a Galil. Not really too weak, it is a pretty solid buy overall. They will be still very, very dangerous coming into this round. And let's see what Game Agents decide to do. It looks like Colour might be trying to find that opening pick in towards mid, making his way down through danger. The smoke gone down, likely going to prohibit him from really being able to find too much for the moment. But it's Gabeson elsewhere to step it up. Zello falls, and a man advantage is actually put in favour of the Hungarian side.
Quickly extended, as well as Colour gets a kill of his own with the AWP. Barcode also chiming in, the entire roster coming through. Barcode will hear these steps. Free fire comes in from IM though, so Barcode will fall. Not that it matters too much, because the rest of Game Agents are ready to lock it down. 3 kills for Gabeson, and the first round of this half on the board for Game Agents. But that being said, Nexus will be continuing to put the pressure on as they go for another buy, thanks to having a lot of money from those previous rounds. And to be fair, if Nexus lose this one with a bomb plant, they'll probably still have enough money for some sort of buy. So yeah, they're not in an awful position by any stretch of the imagination, especially considering Game Agent's money also isn't too good. So this is a pretty important round in terms of defining how this second half will play out. If Nexus win it, they put themselves in a really, really good position here.
Yeah, looking for that reset ideally. Standard setup at the moment from Game Agents, having 2 players over towards B. One in connector to make sure that it can't be a split in towards either of the bomb sites. But that could be a little bit dangerous then, because he's actually playing on the other side. If they smoke off door, B could be a little bit weak. But as we see Nexus right now, their focus is towards A. At least they get that map control early on, get water and also control of long, force the players back off into a more passive setup, and kind of just restrict the info, so they are going to have to keep 2 players towards this A bomb site, or send a second player if it was initially just 1. So good map control early coming on in for Nexus. Still 50 seconds remaining as well, and it looks like they might just bring this straight back over towards A once again. The final player going to get the bomb and group up with the rest of his teammates. And let's see, they do have utility remaining, so likely going to be some form of execute coming in.
Yeah, with the time being low, the push has to come in towards A. The Romanians will look to make their way forwards, but Kola already gets the first kill on the hold. Flash is also in a really good position here. They're not going to clear this corner. Easy first kill comes in for Flash. They know where he is now, so the trade may come through, but oh, through the smoke that was. Gabeson getting a double kill. They could not stop him there, as
he actually
it will
sprinted
be Game Agents.
full speed through the smoke. He didn't kill them through it, but it was a bit mental.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I don't know what was happening.
He ended up walking in
I just
front
got
of
caught in the
someone,
moment.
I believe, and somehow didn't die. But yeah, there we go. Going to be another buy at least coming in for Nexus. They were able to do a small amount of damage in the previous round. I think they only took down 1 player. So yeah, the previous 2 rounds being actually quite clean for Game Agents. Beginning to build themselves up some economy and also close this gap. This is only a 2-round deficit now. Let's see if Nexus can step it up while working with a slightly weaker buy. 3 AKs, 2 CZs. And right now, a pretty standard default, it seems. Going to be looking to try and get this control towards drop, most likely. 3 players putting their focus towards this part of the map. And at the moment, that has been just given up by the CT side. They're playing in a bit more of a passive setup, similar to what we've seen in the previous round. 2 players towards A, 1 waiting in the connector. And 2 this time, looking to try and hold an aggressive angle towards platform to get that info early on.
Peak going to come in towards Plat. Cleve looking for that information. There was a flash in for him though, so he's not going to go for any further aggression just yet. Ollie will force him to make a decision. He does go aggressive. Only 1 kill comes in for Fleeve though. That means that the rest of Nexus are going to line up the push in towards the B bomb site. Push coming in, but Barcode pushes through the smoke as Gabeson also gets a double kill of his own, and it's only Jaxi left on the lurk. He's not going to get anything done, and Game Agents are the ones who regain control here. A 3rd round in a row as they get their 10th round on the board. And again, a reset Nexus in terms of their money.
Gabeson stepping it up massively these past couple of rounds. Doing a good job so far, but here we go now, Nexus. As you said, finally going to be forced onto what is basically an eco. A couple of sets of Kevlar being upgraded. Also some utility, and it looks to be a fast play overall. Looking up over towards the B hall. I'm going to try and just execute straight onto the site. There's going to be 3 players ready to try and hold this one down, and I believe they have some Molotovs remaining as well, so as soon as utility is thrown out, they should be placed to try and slow the push. And here we go, Flash is going in, over the platform. They're just going to be jumping straight out through the smoke, and Gabeson once again going to be able to step it up. He finds 1 kill at least so far. If they're to assist and actually make sure that it's going to be the kills gone heavily in favour of the Game Agent's side. Gabeson somehow still hanging on as well, able to go ahead and get himself a 2nd kill. There we go, takes that up to a 3rd, or rather, Barcode only got 1, my bad. But yeah, good round coming in by Game Agents. The scoreline has been equalised. They're able to once again take that round, only losing a single player. And now 11 to 11. This game can still go either way. It was looking like Nexus were taking control for quite a while, but no, Game Agents able to step it up once again.
And they're starting to build up some money as well on the CT side, which is always a nice bonus. We are going to see Nexus line up a couple of smokes already coming in towards B. This suggests they are going to go for a quick push. And Incendiary won't slow them down because the smoke will deny the flames. And here comes the push. Fleeve, though, already finding the first kill on the hold, and the rotate is quick. Zello finds another entry, though, so Nexus managing to open up the bomb site. But Game Agents are already in position to try and line up this retake, and kills coming in. Fleeve gets another frag. Trades still go the way of the CT side, as it's back to a 2v2, actually. But it's all up to BTN now. 20 HP, and he made a step there. I think Game Agents might have heard that, but he's going to try and reposition. This could be good, but no. Fleeve reacts quickly. 4 kills for him on the hold, as Game Agents managed to take the lead thanks to a 5-round win streak now.
Yeah, at least some damage being found for Nexus. They're able to get the bomb plant as well, means they can buy once again. But at this point, damage not going to be too big of a deal. And as we can see, the lead gone in favour of Game Agents, and they have, as you said, built up quite a decent economy. A decent amount of reinvestment has to come in into this round, but they still have quite a lot left over. So let's see what Nexus can do. No op to work with, just going to be the 5 rifles into this round. And once again, they're just going to go for all their presence immediately over towards B. You can see Game Agents at the moment, as we have seen in the past, sending 2 players towards the A-bomb site early on, looking to try and get that info. Getting a little bit aggressive usually with that op. And here we go now. Look at this, actually. This is going to be another fast round from Nexus, trying to get down into the drop room, but it's not going to work out. And there's no one nearby to try and actually trade that when Barcode gets the kill and is able to just stay alive.
Yeah, push going to come in towards B. Gabeson only gets 1 kill on the site. And Nexus just find a flurry of frags to open up this B bomb site. That plant is going to come through easily. And I don't know if Game Agents can even go for this one, because Cola and Flash are both currently stuck behind a smoke. They do have a few nades left to work with, but they're going to have to get some quick kills here, and that doesn't seem likely with Nexus's positions. They're playing fairly passively, except for Zello, who's up close, and oh, there it is. Zello destroys Flash through the door, and that puts an end to this round. Cola is already trying to see if he can save that, or... and that might not be possible. Well, okay, never mind. Color manages to get that kill on towards Zello, so that means he can get away safely.
May get cut off. No, it's not going to happen. He is going to be able to survive, so... yeah. Ooh, no, Color! Oh my god, that was close. Neither player getting the kill, but that was butt clenching, at least. I don't know how Color managed to survive there. I don't know why he decided to push forward. Could have just stayed in towards the balcony, or just in that general area, and he would have been fine. Luckily enough, doesn't get taken down. So here we go, a double op setup coming out for Game Agents into this round. Gabeson and Color. And a tactical pause has been called by Nexus, it seems. So trying to make sure now that they are going to be able to chain some rounds together. They don't want to get reset instantly and just get forced back onto an eco, because that'd be absolutely tragic at this point in the game. That would likely be Game Agents being able to get themselves up to 14, maybe even 15 rounds before the buy comes out once again. So this is very important now for Nexus, the Romanian side. Need to get some momentum going.
Yeah, we've got 2 AWPs on the CT side as well, so that's something they're going to have to overcome to this 25th round. Obviously, the winner of this round will take the lead for the time being, it being 12-12. A couple of flashes go over towards B, but rest of Nexus with the bomb are going to go and lean over towards the A bomb site. Already Zello is selling the fake here. He's got 1 opening kill out towards B plat, but the bomb is already pushing up in towards mid. Flash is the only player currently on the A side hold. Are they going to spot him out? No, Flash gets a double before he goes down. So after all the trades come in, it's into a 2v2. With Game Agents rotating over towards A pretty quickly, but not quickly enough because the bomb has already gone down.
Yeah, and let's see now. 1 player on the site, 1 player over towards the corner, and it's going to be both kills going in favour of Color. Able to find the first and swing around to find IM as well. So there we go. Game Agent's going to come instantly in with that reset. As I said, that was going to be a worst case scenario for Nexus now, because a 13th round is about to be on the board. They're going to be only looking at 1 eco, I believe, so it should be 14-12 by the time they get that next buy-in. But that's not ideal. You don't want to be allowing your opponents to really have any free rounds at this point in the game, and they kind of have to just go ahead and go for the eco. I think they're going to have to take one.
Oh, some investments coming in. Oh, okay then.
No money bonus either. So yeah, this is all in. I don't know why they're not going all in if they've spent so much money, because they can't buy into this next round now. So this is weird.
To get a plant, but
if they get a plant, yeah, then they'd be able to buy. But even then, Blitz wouldn't be. I guess it's not too big of a deal not having only one pistol and 4 AKs, but still, it's going to be awkward. He's not guaranteed to get that plant by any means.
Exactly. I mean, they do have 3 smokes, so maybe that's the idea. I don't really know, but we'll see what Nexus have in mind. I mean, they could always just win the round. That would be nice, if unlikely. Currently leaning in towards that A bomb site. Doesn't seem like too many smokes are being lined up. Here we go. Blitz is going to try and deploy one now. So it's just going to be Nexus going for the full-on A play with those nades coming in. Smokes are being deployed. And here we go, the push will come out, but already 3 players committed to the A site hold for the CT side. The push is going to come in, the pistols can get up close, but they're going to need to win some fights, and Zello has already done that. He gets the first kill through. Still a player at the back of the site though, the bomb is dropped down. Blitz is going to try and push in alongside BTN, and they do find another kill. Quickly into a 2v2 as, another kill comes in from BTN. It's only Gabeson left alive here, and his AWP is on the outside looking in. The bomb is going to go down, and, well, Nexus might be winning this round now.
Certainly a large possibility. And what a shot from BTN. He steps it up massively in that round. A round that was needed for Nexus indeed. And it is going to be a 3k. Gets the AWP as well retrieved. I presume he'd probably drop that over to most likely Yaxi. Zello could, of course, also take it. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether he decides to actually keep that for himself, of course, hitting a nice shot in the previous round. But now Game Agents, they're going to be the ones that actually have a bit of a weaker economy coming into this round. They have enough to get, I believe, an AWP out onto Colour. Barcode able to get a rifle as well. That should Gabeson, but it's going to be, I believe, Fleave and Flash that are going to be left on slightly weaker weaponry. UMP, and we're yet to see what Flash invests into. I wouldn't be surprised if this was an overtime.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem like any team can gain a considerable lead right now. That was a tactical timeout called by Nexus, for what it's worth. After winning the round, they decided to take the timeout.
Yeah, same as before.
They think it's... Yeah, exactly. Didn't work out last time. See if it works this time around. I'm not going to see too much quick aggression come out from them. Quite a lot of those peeking in towards mid. Ooh, doesn't get spotted out there. It's Jaxi again AWPing for Nexus on the other side over Zello, which is something we've seen throughout Cobblestone, really. I mean, in the first few rounds, Zello was picking up that AWP, but yeah, for the most part, Jaxi has been finding the most success on it, so he has continued to go for it. A couple of UMPs as well on the Game Agents side, which is worth mentioning, but they should be able to position themselves up close and have success. 1 minute 10 left on the clock. 4 players over towards B for Game Agents. But still no damage being done so far. B push coming in. Gabeson gets the first on the hold. AKs find a couple of kills each though. Nexus opening things up. Ziam gets another frag through. Barcode also goes falling. It's all going to be going the way of Nexus. They just win pretty much every fight there. I mean, you see Game Agents died really, really quickly. They managed to rotate over towards that site, but they just couldn't win any of the fights they needed. And Nexus are the ones to gain a lead. More importantly, look at Game Agents buy into this round. It is minimal, to say the least.
Yeah, this is going to be map point most likely, unless we can see Gabeson pull off a miracle with that deagle, and I don't really see it happening. So Game Agents right now looking like the team that may be going home on the first day, only getting to play 2 best of ones, as was said on the desk, and that'll just be heartbreaking. Traveling from a different country, coming all the way to Serbia to try and coming into the LAN as well as one of the favourites, you'd have to say, one of the, at least the top 3 or 4 teams. And to go out on the first day is not what they would have expected. They still have at least one more gun round coming up. Gabeson actually going to be able to find that trade into this round. Fleave as well with the USP able to take down Blitz. And somehow they claim themselves a man advantage. So we were counting game agents out, and they definitely want to put up a fight for this round, even if they don't have a lot of firepower to work with. They're trying to make do. But there we go, they have lost that control towards A. We see BTN actually getting very aggressive in towards Connector. If he can hold this one down, that's going to be perfect. But if game agents find that kill, then that's a great opening for them now. That would be a 2 versus 4, that would be another weapon retrieved. And we can see because of that, BTN decides it's probably time to just fall back off and group up with his teammates. Here we go now, 4 versus 3. Flash going to be coming in from behind, as is Fleave. Both of the rifles in this position. Let's see if they're going to be able to pull this one off now.
Ooh, Jaxi gets 1 kill through already with that AWP. There's a player coming in towards A long though. Jaxi needs to be careful. He's not watching that position. The flank is coming in. Easy kill from behind. Trade's going back and forth though. It's all up to Flash. He's coming in from A long, but they know where he is. Nexus can just try and slow this down. The trade though doesn't come in. Don't know if he knows where IM is though. IM swings out wide. In comes the headshot. A huge 1v1 is won by Nexus. IM gives his team map point. And it is going to be Game Agents back on a bye, but in a position where they need to win 2 rounds just for overtime.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy by any means, but certainly doable. 2 rounds. Happens every single day. Happens in most games. And to be a good time for Game Agents to go ahead and do it. The economy for the Nexus side is going to afford a buy for the remaining round as well, I believe. Wouldn't be perfect. Would be a little bit weaker. They'll have another decent buy even if they do lose this one. But for now, the full focus is going to be on this. They're looking to try and take this victory 16-13. And it's just going to be a contact play, it seems. This isn't something we've seen so far. They've been very aggressive, I guess, in their approach. They've been always making presence, showing what they're doing. This time around, though, just fully creeping up towards A. A smoke will at least go down, and that's going to slow them for just a couple of seconds. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that mid is clear. And it looks like the hit will probably still come in towards this A bomb site, and it's going to be up to only 2 players to hold that down. Flash and Colour. 2 of the stronger players indeed on the Game Agent side. And here we go. The attack will indeed be coming in. As I mentioned, Flash and Colour have to step it up massively. The assistants will now begin to come in, and it will actually be the opening kills going in their favour. Barcode and Flash to take 1 each. Zello to eventually burn 1 alive and actually take the head off of Colour. BTN going to be able to step it up as well. Flash falls. And now it's only Gabeson and Fleave that remain. One of those players has been spotted out. The position of Bo is now going to be known, and the dink comes in through the door. It will actually be returned quite equally. As Gabeson eventually goes ahead and finishes off Zello. And look at the HP onto these 2 remaining players now for Nexus. This round could still go either way. Leave himself down to 3. But on the Gabeson to try and get the majority of the work done now in the remainder of this round, and they don't currently have a defuse kit, so that's going to be a problem. Time will be a factor that they have to work against. 10 seconds will be needed for that defuse. And here we go, pushing out, spotted out by the player on the ramp. Both players' position should now be known, I believe. And BTN, he actually gets taken down. Game Agents to get 1, spots at the head of the final, gets the kill, but I don't think he's going to have the time. Does he, is the question. Oh, that's a long way around.
He's not got it.
No, when he doesn't have the time, there you have it, guys. Hang on, wait. No, he doesn't have it. There you go, guys. Nexus, they are going to be the ones claiming that final spot in the playoffs. And commiserations to Game Agents who have been eliminated, sadly, on this first day.
What a game since the very first round. It was pretty close, half 8-7, then later on 16-14 for Nexus, even though they had a lead of 12-7 if I remember correctly. Then Game Agent started making comebacks, winning 5 rounds in a row, mainly because I think that they played really aggressive towards that A plateau. They didn't really use that drop zone so much. Only one guy from Game Agents was holding it from that window from connector. And as soon as they started spreading across the map, Nexus definitely find a way to close this map. But how many issues Game Agents had?
I mean, it all came down in the end to those aim doors. I would say I actually thought that Nexus are going to lose their confidence after they lost a couple of rounds in a row. As you said, it was 12-7 for them, and Game Agents managed to come back to 12-12. And at that point, I actually thought, okay, maybe Game Agents have this one in the bag because they were looking quite strong on their city side. And it's, as you pointed out, I think that aggression also comes into play for them because they were playing so aggressive. They didn't let Nexus take control of A side at all, and they practically shut them down every single time. Yeah, those rounds were pretty close as well, like Game Agents surviving with 2 players, 3 players, and so on. But all things considered, in the end, it is the score that matters. I think Nexus kind of figured out how Game Agents want to play towards that A side. They approached it carefully, more careful than they would usually do it. Like the most important part for me was that there's no drop zone, fighting for drop zone. Like that's the most important part of the map, right? Because it allows you to split the sites and so on and so on. But there was no fighting there.
It was pretty strange. I mean, either they went for like the full B plateau take, or they just split A.
Yeah, for me it was kind of strange, but it worked out for Nexus. I think they had a quite a good read or where Game Agents want to set up, and they used their utility perfectly. Also, that clutch that one-on-one from BTN, he was really low on HP, but he knew that he just needs to buy himself time. Maybe he didn't know that he doesn't have a kit, but he still survived long enough for him to not be able to defuse the bomb. And those are like the little things. Basically, both of the players had like 30 HP total, and they still managed to win the round. I was kind of surprised that Game Agents were able to come back into the match, but I think Nexus pretty on point when it comes to those mid-round calls and how they played from 12-12 until the end of the game.
Yeah, and the last time Game Agents had that advantage was 13-12 for them after they managed to swing 6 rounds. And at that point, economy of Nexus almost went depleted, and they decided to force. They had, I think, 4 CZs and maybe 1 rifle. It was really a risky move because if they lost that round, maybe it could have been everything over for them. But they managed to win that one and win 2 more rounds to take this down.
Yeah, I mean, since Game Agent did take so many rounds in a row, and when they come back and eventually take the lead, you feel sort of trapped. Like you're stuck in a corner, and you need some drastic things. If you continue in the same pattern, it's not going to work out. So they went for a gamble, high risk, high reward, and this time it was high reward. Yeah,
basically I wanted to say that as well, like high risk, high reward. I think it paid off in the end for Nexus. I mean, of course it did, but on the other side, it was pretty risky move, right? Because
I mean, if it didn't work out, then we'd probably sit here and say that okay, well that was a risky decision that didn't work out this time. It could have lost them the game. So.
Yeah, but they could have, like for example, Game Agents could have been like at 14-12. Then that means that Nexus is on an eco if they don't want to force again, right? Yeah. And that's 15-12 for Game Agents, and they turned their way with CZs, and they got that round, and practically Game Agents were reset after that, right? Because all those close rounds, they were all 2 versus 2, 2 versus 3, 3 versus 3, and they need to drop those guns, and the economy is low on Game Agent's side, and that's maybe the reasoning behind that force of Nexus, that they wanted to reset Game Agents, and at that point, they have 14 rounds on the board, and even when they got to 15, I think they maybe played a bit sloppy entering into the site that last round, but it paid off from the play of BTN, and I don't remember who was the guy in the side, but well played to both of them. I think they solely, with 30 HP total, brought the map to Nexus and, of course, semi-final spot.
Well, yeah, there you have it. We already have 4 teams that advanced already into semi-finals. From Group A, we have ClickTech and B-Pro. From Group B, we have Nexus Gaming and BP by Nipoleni. Yeah. Such a surprise. And tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, first match will be played at 10 CEST, Central European Time, and it will be between B-Pro and Nexus Gaming, right? And after that, by Nipoleni and what was the ClickTech?
ClickTech, yeah.
So
2 Serbian teams, unfortunately.
Yeah, for you and maybe me.
Yeah, but that means that we are going to have at least 1 Serbian team in the final. So that's quite okay. I mean, best of 3. I think a lot of stuff are going to change tomorrow. in terms of map picks, in terms of play style as well. We talked about this best of ones for 6 hours now, so I'm not going to repeat myself again. But all in all, great Counter-Strike today. I was probably most impressed by BP.
Yeah,
I think they played out of their minds, especially against Nexus Gaming. Their gameplay and team play was on point. So hopefully we see something out of that play tomorrow as well. And maybe we see a different Nexus. Maybe they prepare more. Maybe they just had an off day, because a lot of the plays they made, it didn't really look that they're like they went through a thought process, like we are going to do that, we're going to do that, and hopefully they bring much better Counter-Strike tomorrow.
Yeah, and Lucas, who do you see in finals?
Nexus, for sure. And yeah, I'll have to say ClickTech.
ClickTech.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see tomorrow. So as I mentioned before, tomorrow at 10 CEST, we will be watching 2 matches of semifinals, and after that, final match. And of course, this will be in best-of-3 format, and we'll see you tomorrow.